So hey everyone, so this session is gonna be about what is Flutter application first of all, and why is the market suddenly started looking for Flutter. So let me tell you that Flutter is a kind of application which has a single code base. Okay, in the single code base only you will be able to build Android project, then you will be able to build your iOS application, then you will be able to build the mobile application for the same account, right? So everything has a single code base. So first of all, let me I wanted to show you a sample Flutter application, how it looks like and what is the framework architecture basically. So I am going to focus in this session about the framework architecture. So see, I first of all what I did is I went to this Appium. There is something called Appium Flutter driver, which is a GitHub project. Okay, and it is so what I have done is I have cloned this project, I have forked this project into my domain. Here if you are able to see, this is priya2, which is my username, and this is the project I have forked it, and this is the master branch. So what I have done is I have cloned this project here in my GitHub desktop. Okay, so how it looks like is, if you go here, right, this is the project, it comes like this, and these are all the folder structure. So this folder driver basically talks about Appium driver, which I'll be discussing about in my next sessions. Mostly we'll be focusing about what is there in the example folder and finder folder, right? So see, this finder is nothing but the Flutter finder. There is something called Flutter finder. Okay, that is kind of it actually spies, or maybe I can say is basically say that this Flutter finder does automate the Flutter application, which I'll be talking about in my next session. So let me go into the example folder. So there is something called Flutter application under test. So this is the main folder, this is main Flutter folder that I have imported in my VS Code. I am basically using VS Code as my editor, as I had this before. Okay, and so what happens is whatever you build, right, out of this project, it goes to the inside this, in the build folder there is something called app, and then it goes to output. Then if you are able to see, this is apk, Flutter apk. So this is all the apks that will be built, and it will be stored here. So let me quickly go to VS Code, let me open that project. So here you go. So what I have done is, when you will import this project in your VS Code, first of all, VS Code will automatically detect that this is a Flutter application, and it will tell you to download two SDK, that is Flutter and Dart. Okay, so these are two SDKs that you have to download. So what happens is, if you are a first time user, you can automatically download from here. It will go somewhere to maybe flutter.dev. This is the official website of Flutter, and there here it will be some link that from VS Code you can navigate to, and from there you can download Flutter and Dart SDK. After that, what will happen is, say for example, Flutter and Dart SDK is a GitHub project, so I have just cloned it here. Okay, so this is my Flutter SDK, and there is this bin folder, and Dart and Flutter will be in the bin folder. So what you have to do is, you have to copy the path of this bin folder, and you have to add it to your bash profile if you're using Mac, or you can add it to your environment variable if you are using Windows, right? So it should look like this now. If you enter Flutter, okay, so it should be able to take your detect your command. If you say something like Flutter doctor, so after you install Flutter and Dart, you have to do this Flutter doctor. So what this Flutter doctor takes care of, if there is any missing dependency or something like that that your system is not having, it will automatically tell us, right? So if you see here, just telling me something that I have to do. This is basically my Xcode requirement that it is not there, so it is telling me that. And then if you enter something like that, Flutter devices, it is same as ADB devices. So Flutter devices, what happens is it will automatically detect any of the device that is connected to your system. So basically this Flutter command should be taken by the terminal. It is how it should be. Now let me quickly go to the framework architecture. If you see, this is the framework architecture. There are two main file in Flutter. One is this, inside the lib folder there is something called main.dart. Okay, so in main.dart, if you are a developer, you have got a hell lot of things to know here. But if you are an automation engineer, what are the things that you actually have to take care of? Okay, so the first line is, there is a main method here like Java. Okay, so there is something called enable Flutter driver extension. This is the function. If you are not calling this function, then definitely you will not be able to automate your Flutter application. So from an automation point of view, this is mandatory and you have to check for this before you are thinking of automating the application. It is somewhere coming from here. If you are adding here like import statement and then you are adding package colon Flutter driver, so automatically VS Code enters the command something called flutter pub get, and then this will be the Flutter driver package that it will be installing, and from there this method will be coming from. So enable Flutter driver extension, this is in the main method. Okay, so we have to call it before running the application. So this is one. We'll quickly let me tell you, any of the UI that you see in your Flutter application, the starting point for that UI will be this main.dart file. Now let me go to pubspec.yaml. So pubspec.yaml is something like pom.xml in your Java Maven project. If you see, there is an icon here. So these are like, if you have added any new package version here, so you will get this icon that you can download if you want. Okay, so from automation point of view, if you see, uh, so let me go to dev dependencies. Okay, so these three things, okay, we need these three dev dependency to be added in your pubspec.yaml in order to automate the Flutter application. Okay, so one is this Flutter test. One is this test. It basically tells that I will be able to execute any of my tests, whether it be a widget test or integration test. So it will be any. Then Flutter test, it will come from the Flutter SDK. We are going to use Flutter SDK for testing Flutter. And then Flutter driver. Right, so these three things should be there. These are all the mandatory thing. If these are not there, you will not be able to automate your Flutter application. Okay, so we have gone through this main.dart and then pubspec.dart. Another one, if you see, this is the, now if you see here, the sample application comprises of Android and iOS. Both the source code is in the same project. So let me open it. So this is for the Android project. If you see, this is build.gradle. Okay, and it is same like how we develop Android and iOS application, but those structure is there built in this one code base. Right, so previously what used to happen, that this code base used to be in a different project, I mean this different repo, and this used to be in a different repo, but now everything is in one. Okay, another thing what needs to be kept in mind is, this Android application or iOS application should always be built in a debug or profile mode only. The build that we get after running it in debug or profiling mode can only be automated. We can't automate any release build. That is what you have to keep in mind. Okay, so nothing much in this actually from automation point of view, but then yes. So again, let me open this main.dart file. If you see here, in the main.dart file, there are various component you can see here, right? So this is something called counter tooltip, right? So if you see any component that you try to render on the UI, all the components should have a key in Flutter application. If you don't have a key, you will not be able to automate it. That means it will not be visible to the Flutter driver in order to perform any action on that. So it is always mandatory, this point should be told again and again to the developer if they are building any application. So all the component should have a key factor present in all those components, then only it will be automatable. So all about this from the automation point of view. So what will happen basically is, if you add those, if the developer add those key, and if you inspect it in the Flutter inspector, that I'll be explaining in the next session, so it will look somewhat like, let me show you, like this. All the keys will be coming here. If you are able to see here, there is a text component with counter key, then another text component with next route key, then increment. So all those come here, and this is how the Flutter inspector looks like. Okay, and this is how you inspect a Flutter application in order to automate it. So let me know your views on that. If any doubt is there, or if you want anything from me, let me know in the comments.